look at these delicious zucchini bread.
Hey guys, we are gonna make mom's zucchini bread. I got all this stuff on my counter and my cousin just called me and said, hey, I need your zucchini bread recipe. And I said, ain't that funny? I'm fixing to make some. So here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. You're gonna need 2.5 cups of grated zucchini. So we're gonna grate that in a minute. You're gonna need 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. You're going to need 1 tablespoon or more of cinnamon. You're going to need 3 large eggs, 1 cup of vegetable oil, 2 1/4 cups of white sugar, and we're going to need 3 teaspoons of vanilla. And if you want to, we're going to put walnuts, or if you have a nut allergy, just leave them out. You can put walnuts, pecans, whatever. So we've already got our oven preheated to 325. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, excuse me, I've been outside in the garden. What we're going to do is we're going to grate 2.5 cups of the zucchini. Okay, so we've got our 2.5 cups of grated zucchini. Okay, now, the next thing, got flour on me. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to sift our dry ingredients. Now I have 3 cups of all-purpose flour right here. And next we're going to take 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Put it right on top. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Put it right on top. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to sift in our 1 tablespoon or more of cinnamon. Now, Nana loves her cinnamon, so I may put a little bit more than you would. Cinnamon to me gives it a beautiful color and just a beautiful smell, and it makes the whole house smell wonderful. All right, we're going to sift this all together. It's in white right now, but wait till we add the liquid to it. Then you're going to see the cinnamon, okay? So now we're done with the dry ingredients. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our 3 eggs. All right, we have 1 cup of vegetable oil. And we're also going to go ahead and add our 2 1/4 cup of sugar. 1, 2, and 1/4. Going to go ahead and add our teaspoon of salt too, and our 3 teaspoons of vanilla. 1, 2, 3. 3 teaspoons of vanilla. Okay, we're going to beat this all together with our dry ingredients. Now, I've done it both ways before. Sometimes I will mix the wet ingredients first and then add the dry ingredients. And I've also done it this way where you just go ahead and mix it in with the dry ingredients. You just have to start off on low gear. Okay, now we're going to add the zucchini a little bit at a time, and the moisture from the zucchini will make it thinner. So I'm going to start by putting 1 cup in. Remember how thick it is? We're going to add our 2nd cup. Alright, and we're going to add our last 1/2 cup of zucchini. Okay? Alright, let's get our pans ready now. Okay, usually when I make them in this size loaf pan, and it makes 2. But the new loaf pans that I bought, these are for the friends who I'm going to give it to. They're smaller. So I'm gonna try with 3. We might even have to do 4, but we're gonna check and see, okay? We're gonna spray our pans. All right, let's see how many we're gonna get. We may get 4 loaves. These are smaller loaves. But if you're doing a regular size loaf pan, you're gonna get 2. And I would say fill it no more than half full. I have enough for 3. Yeah, it's probably gonna fit 3. And now that I've got it in between all 3 pans, if you want to add walnut to one, but not to the other ones, but you don't want to cross-contaminate, then what you can do is wait till after you put it in your pans. I had my walnut sealed. And then you can sprinkle a few in the mixture, but don't put it in the other one. And then that way they won't cross-contaminate. You don't have to worry about someone having allergies, okay? And then you just take your little spoon and just mix it in. Now you could also chop them up real fine, but when I make my zucchini walnut bread, I like the big chunks of walnut in there. Okay. All right, so we have 1 with walnuts and 2 without, just in case we have somebody that we're giving it to that has peanut allergies. Okay, let's put them in the oven. We're gonna bake 325 for 1 hour. I'm also gonna put a W on this pan, so I'll know that it's the one that has the walnuts in it.
Ooh, look at these delicious zucchini bread. Oh, I wish you could smell it.